it's good. I definitely recommend this throttle. This throttle is amazing. Wow. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a review on this new throttle I just got by DB Industries. So it's a quarter turn electronic throttle. It's made by DB Industries, but it's actually made through Magura. So it's pretty cool. Comes in this packaging. Comes with a little DB Industries sticker. And yeah, so let's go ahead and open it up. Show you what it comes with. Okay, so it comes with a throttle, which is supposedly a quarter turn, and comes with a connection, so it's plug and play. And then it comes with these two grips. Let's check out the quality on these. And these are made by Pro Grip, and they seem pretty good actually. The quality isn't bad. I use lock-on grips for my left side, and I use cable ties on my right. So I'll just keep these as an extra, but I'm gonna keep my lock-on grips. So for this, let's go ahead and undo this. I wanna see, is it actually a quarter turn or what? So it's definitely not a quarter turn, and that's what I figured, that it wasn't going to be actually a quarter turn, because that would just be ridiculous. So if my thumb is here, I'll show you the full rotation of it. So, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and grab the other throttle and show you guys how to install this. It's very easy. If you have a plate underneath your bike that's covering the motor, the bash plate, you just have to remove that, and then the plug is right there. So it's very simple, and we'll go ahead and go over that now. So yeah, just locks in like the regular stock throttle does, and the actual cable that goes into the throttle is a lot more beefier. This piece on the stock throttle is very easily damaged. It looks like this one's going to be a lot better. So I'm curious to see how the install is going to go, and then we'll go out and to the road and see how much of a difference it actually makes. So the tools you're going to need for this project, tools just to take everything apart, is going to be a 3, 4, and a 5 hex. I also recommend that you use waterproof grease, and this is going to be on underneath the throttle. Dielectric grease, this is going to go onto the connector, and then also some glue that's going to go underneath your new grip, or grips if you're going to be replacing both. You can see, I'm going to show here in the throttle how much you have to give before the bike actually does anything. So twisting there, and then right there it hits. So there's a good 1/4 inch. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, there's a good there's a good 1/4 inch where it doesn't actually do anything at all. So these two throttles actually turn the exact same amount. So even though this one's a 1/4 turn, I'm curious to see how that plays into effect when it's actually installed, but not installed yet. And with this bike off, turning the throttle and turning the throttle, it's exactly the same. There's absolutely no difference. So let's go ahead and show you how to get this all off, and then we'll put the new one on. So I have these bar ends. I realize you guys probably won't. This is the only time I'm actually going to be using an impact. That's just the best way to get the bar ends out. I don't suggest using an impact on any bolts on the bike, because you're more likely than not going to strip them, and I have stripped them in the past doing that technique. Yeah, so first thing for me, I'm going to have to take this off. And the way these bar ends work is this nut closes down on top this rubber piece when you turn this, and it squishes it, making this piece larger. which then lodges it into the bar ends. And these have saved my bike countless times riding on the street. So in the dirt, you probably don't need this, but for street riding, I definitely recommend this. And these are just regular motorcycle bar ends. I got it for like $8. Let's cut off all the zip ties that are on the bike. That's going to be the first thing you're going to want to take care of first. So let's go ahead and get these off. Make sure not to cut the wire in case you want to sell your stock one, or you want to go ahead and put it on. If you don't like this modification, you can always put it back. And that's the nice thing about this mod, is if you don't like it, you can go right back. Next thing you're going to want to do is pull this bolt off right here, and this one right here that is on top of the controller. So yeah, go ahead and take these off. And then next thing we're going to do is pull this cover off right here. Okay, now that this is off, you can see these wires are loose. So next thing you're going to do is take your bash plate off, which is going to be this first one and the one on the other side. I'm going to try to see if you can do this with just taking off the top and not the bottoms. And the other one's going to be this one right here as well. Alright, so let's get these off. And you don't have to worry about taking off the other side cover. The only reason you have to take off the other one is because that's where the line runs. So now what you can do is go ahead and take your throttle off, and it's going to be these two bolts right on top of here. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. And they just loosen up, and then you can pull it right off. So super simple. And you can go ahead and run this through everything. That doesn't look like it'll fit through there. Okay, so we're gonna just leave that down, and we're gonna have to pull the wiring out from there. Also, you're gonna have to detach these two so that the wire separates. And just put those on the side. Now I'm gonna lay the bike down. I'm gonna try to pull the skid plate just away, and then get to it, because it's right here on the right side of the bike. So this should work exactly the same if you have a stock bike as well. Just by loosening these two, you're able to pull this back just enough to get your hand in here, and you're gonna pull back that piece that we pulled back unbolted earlier. And there's two wires going in here. One's the brake cable, and the other one is going to be your throttle. So just follow it up. You can see which one it is. And when you look inside here, you're going to see this black like rubber boot. Just push it to the side, and then your throttle cable wire is right here. And there's a little release. You can see if you turn it all the way around and you look at it, there's only one area that actually folds in right here. You're just going to push on that, and it comes right apart. And then you're going to go ahead and just put that through the bike, and then there. And then now you got it off. So now that you got your new throttle, you're going to go ahead and pass it through the stanchions, through the top, just like that. And then it's just gonna follow this, because you're gonna have to put that back, and then just put it right inside. So what I like to do is I put dielectric grease in all of my connections. And so yeah, so it's just dielectric grease. You can get this at like Napa or Walmart, and you don't need very much. This just helps if water gets in there, it keeps it out. So you're just gonna put it just like that, just enough to where it gets in the connections. And so this is just in case water gets in here it won't cause a problem. When I first got the bike, every time I washed the bike, it would shut off on me. So I love dielectric grease. I'll put it every time. So yeah, you're just gonna line up the 2 points so you can see it's a triangle. Like that, you can see that it's a triangle. So you're just gonna match it up and then put it together. And then just go ahead and push this past this rubber boot again. And it's gonna stay on the top side of this rubber piece right here. It's gonna go right above it. So we're just gonna go ahead and slide this back up into place. And we're gonna get this cover back on. And then these 2 pieces, run these wires back on and then have it connected up there on the top. Okay, so you don't need very much. You're just getting just enough on here to where it creates just lubrication so it springs more freely. Yeah, and you don't need very much. Just enough to get it coated. So you're gonna grab your throttle and go ahead and just slide it on. So it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go like this. Okay, so there it's on. And you might have to move your brake levers over, which I just noticed I'm gonna have to because it's coming in contact with it. I'm just gonna move it way over so it's up and out of the way. For the position of this, like where I feel it should go, your best bet is gonna be to face it straight down. You're gonna have to get the tools up underneath that, which is a Phillips. So you want the throttle to be just at the tip. You want it just to where it's not too far out and it's not too far in. That's way so it doesn't rub on your grip and cause it to slow down at all. And you're just gonna use a Phillips. You want it facing straight down, and then go ahead and just tighten it up. You're gonna want to go back and forth, not just tighten one side and then go to the other. And make sure you're paying attention to where the throttle is positioned in and out, and as well as where this is. What you're gonna want to do is grab your grips. So it's up to you if you want to switch your grips to the new ones that it came with, or take off your existing ones. It's a little hard to use the existing ones, but if you do apply pressure, you can get it off. I got mine off here. So you're gonna want to put you're gonna have to go buy it because it doesn't come in the kit. Grab grip glue, which is like, it's like $1 at your local motorcycle shop. And you're gonna have to be cautious with this because it does dry fairly quickly. So yeah, kind of just put it on, coat it. So just kind of get it all coated, and this does dry pretty quickly, like within like 20 seconds. So you really don't want to play around. I kind of just coat the inside a little bit, and then I go ahead and just get it on already. And you're just gonna apply pressure and force it on. All right, and you're gonna just get it to the end like how it is right there. Mine has a hole so I can get my piece back in, which is this right here, my bar end. You won't need that. And you also want to just make sure that it's not getting gummed up on your throttle assembly over here. So as you can see, mine's not, so it's good. But I like to take a step further because my throttle constantly comes loose. And you can get this, I got it at a motorcycle store. You can get it at like Lowe's or Home Depot. But it basically, you wire tie this a few times and then you tighten it up, and then it's never gonna come off. So I'll show you guys how to do that now. It's pretty simple. And after I've done this, I've never once experienced it coming off. Wrap it around here. And it's a pretty cool feature that this thing has. So it locks in. If I can get it to lock in. There, it locks in. And then you just pull it. And it spins. And that's kind of what makes it lock onto your bars. Pretty cool system. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these all on there, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so as you can see, I got all of them locked in. I got this piece back in, and I have the wire coming up here. You want to make sure that it doesn't get snagged when it goes left and right. And then it comes up here, and I have it zip tied to the bars just to make sure that it doesn't ever get snagged up here. And then you probably had moved your front brake, so you're going to want to go ahead and tighten this back down, and then that'll be it. What this throttle is going to be is that it just gets rid of the dead zone that's in the beginning of the throttle. So yeah, let's go ahead, get the helmet on, go outside and see how it does. The amount of turning is exactly the same, but the time in where it actually starts doing something is immediately. I mean, you barely touch it and it's going, so that's really nice. All right, well, let's see if with the throttle, if it's any different to wheelie or whatnot. Sensitivity is, I would say it's about the same, but honestly I want to say it's better. It's good. I definitely recommend this throttle. This throttle is amazing. Wow. Yeah, 80 bucks guys, and it'll make a world of difference. So cool. Yeah, totally different in throttle performance. I highly recommend this. This is probably one of the better investments I think I've ever made on the bike. DB Industries makes this, and you can get it through them, and it's actually made through Magura. Magura makes it, and DB Industries sells it. So awesome product. I highly recommend it. I'll be telling all my buddies that got bikes to get one of these as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching.